Best place to start. First ECAC games this week, and I was going to ask you, you've got 7 games under your belt. What do you like so far that you've seen from this team? Like, what are some of the things that you would consider to be strengths right now, or just areas you're happy with?
Well, I just think once we get a little bit, I think we're gonna get a couple guys back this weekend and get a little bit, get some security in our lines in terms of where we want to be. But we've had a couple lines really kind of come together here as of late. In terms of we were really happy with Al McPherson's line. They've really they've been able to they skate and they're playing well. And Jared Burton's had a good start to his season in terms of that. I think our power plays kind of come around a little bit in terms of scoring some goals for us and getting pucks on net. It's a continual progress for us in terms of overall team play with guys in the lineup right now a little bit in terms of just us being consistent with our youth. That's probably our biggest factor right now in terms of where we want to be, and we're continuing to strive for that, continuing to plug ahead in that regard to become a better 5-on-5 team.
Are there areas that concern you at all going into the start of the season or start of conference play?
Well, obviously last weekend I thought we may give up a few more chances than we had in the past in terms of where we're at. So that was probably our biggest concern coming out of the last weekend there. But I thought we got it out a little bit in terms of our situation. Especially with Andrew not there the weekend and Sam going down early the weekend. I thought we had to gut it out, and the amount of ice time some of the guys got was enormous. So I thought we made some tired mistakes over the course of the weekend. That was that we hadn't really noticed previous 2 or 3 weekends. So we're just trying to rest up here this week, continue to improve on our day-to-day habits that we need to get to where we have to go. And it's been a big emphasis of the week.
Obviously, you've been part of this league for a while. Even before you came here, you got your other job. What's different about when these games start compared to other games? Like, what do you tell, especially the new guys that haven't played in one yet? What do you tell some of the freshmen about what to expect out of the first time you get into conference games?
Yeah, well, the thing is the intensity will be there Friday night. That we've seen. There's some rivals built up over time, but there's also the tempo on Friday night. Well, we won't have seen that yet. I've watched them on tape, and they're going to bring a good transition game and in their building, and love a good crowd and all that. So that's where it starts to get into play here, where the emotions and the intensity just seems to get ratcheted a whole nother level. And that's obviously our focal point this week. We've talked about as a team being ready for that.
Last thing was you had 3 guys make their debuts last weekend, Christian and Carabino and Hunt. Just wondering overall what you thought of how those guys did, especially Carabino. He had to be patient to kind of get his chance to play, but he stuck through and didn't leave like some other people might.
Yeah, it was good for JD. Obviously, he's one of those guys, first guys on the ice. He's at all the goalie sessions, everything. He's worked hard in terms of situation. We put him up in when he played, he was on our depth chart last weekend as a defenseman, but for the most part, it was he played forward for us on the shifts he had. He might have got 1 or 2 back on the D when we got really tired and fatigued at a stage in the game. But we've been working on his development this year as a forward, and he's coming along in terms of that situation. But his work ethic's been really good. He comes to play. He's a good teammate, so the guys were happy to see him in the lineup. It's one of those situations. We were happy for him, and I thought Andrew was a good bounce back game for him. He made some key saves at key times for us there in that game on Saturday that helped with his confidence. He had a chance to look at video now with Sean and make strides in his game. Obviously, I thought Todd had a good weekend in terms of securing that spot in left wing with Jared, and Freddie was good. He's a puck protection guy and a big body. Went in there, and it took him a little bit of time to get used to coming in with the systems and all that. And I think he's kind of just settled in there now, and hopefully he'll take another step here this weekend. They enjoyed it. They had a lot of chances on the weekend. They were from our lines. They generated the most opportunities for us over the course of the weekend, so that was a good progression for them.